Hey everyone, weather today. Multiple major storms are expected to impact the United States over the next couple of weeks as we anticipate a much more active weather pattern. This includes the return of severe weather with the potential for tornadoes as well as additional snowfall. In today's forecast, we'll break down everything you need to know about the upcoming weather that will affect the United States in the coming weeks. We'll start with what's happening across the country today. Currently, a storm system is moving across the Midwest, bringing showers and even some downpours later today and into tomorrow. This system will develop into a larger storm as it moves toward the Northeast, bringing a mix of snow and rain. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support makes me happy. So, however, overall, it is not expected to be too significant. By Friday, we could see a more notable winter weather event across parts of the Midwest and into the northern Ohio Valley. We'll discuss that in more detail shortly. If you're in other parts of the United States, the weather is generally pleasant right now. We're experiencing great conditions for the next few days before a series of major storms arrive next week. Multiple storms coming soon. While the weather is relatively quiet right now, conditions will change rapidly as we head into the weekend and next week. Multiple storm systems are expected as we transition into March. Let's discuss the general weather pattern over the next week or two, starting with the jet stream. Currently, the flow across most of the United States is relatively zonal, limiting extreme weather events. Meanwhile, a ridge is building over the West Coast, providing a break from the atmospheric river events that have been ongoing. By Friday and into Saturday, a dip in the jet stream over the Northeast will allow cold air from Canada to move into the region. However, as we progress into late weekend and early next week, the jet stream will strengthen, dipping even farther south from Canada into the Midwest and Northeast. This will bring another Arctic blast to areas such as the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast by Sunday and Monday. Be sure to keep those winter jackets handy as temperatures will be quite chilly in these regions. As we head into early next week, the weather pattern becomes even more interesting. A large storm system will move in from the Pacific Ocean late Monday into Tuesday, pushing into the central and southern plains by late Tuesday and Wednesday. We anticipate this to be the next major storm, bringing both severe weather and snowfall. Beyond this, forecast details become more uncertain. However, we expect an active weather pattern to persist through the first 2 weeks of March. Breaking it down with future radar. Let's simplify everything by looking at the future radar for the next couple of weeks. Starting with tomorrow, we expect some light snow and rain in the Northeast. While this will not bring significant winter storm conditions, northern New England may see light to moderate snowfall with showers along the coastline. Looking ahead to Friday and Saturday, we have a more interesting storm developing. A heavy band of snow will move across Canada and into the upper Midwest by Friday morning. This could bring several inches of snow to northern Wisconsin, the upper Michigan Peninsula, and northern Minnesota. The system will then track into the Northeast by Saturday morning. In general, several inches of snow are expected. If the system shifts slightly south, areas like Chicago could see snowfall. However, as of now, Chicago will likely remain on the dry side of the storm. By Saturday, the Northeast may experience some light to moderate snowfall. Meanwhile, the West Coast and the Rockies will see little to no precipitation, a rare occurrence lately. This is good news for those who prefer dry weather. As we move into late weekend and early next week, precipitation will begin increasing again in the Pacific Northwest. Additionally, a sneaky storm system may develop in the central and southern plains late Sunday through Monday. At this time, this system does not appear to be a major winter storm or severe weather event. However, there is a possibility of an isolated severe weather risk Sunday night or Monday night in the southern plains. As of now, moisture levels appear too low for significant impacts, but we will continue to monitor the situation. Something big next week. The exact details of next week's severe weather remain somewhat uncertain, but I believe the most likely areas for severe weather on Tuesday or Wednesday will be the Ohio Valley, Dixie Alley, and possibly parts of Texas. These are the regions to watch closely for the potential risk of severe weather, including damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. I expect all modes of severe weather to be in play during the middle of next week, and there's a solid chance we'll be live at least once. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated. And the following update will include even greater detail. Stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed. The winter storm aspect of this system is still uncertain, but I expect at least a narrow band of moderate snowfall. However, the exact location of this snow remains unknown since we're still 5 to 7 days out. Tomorrow morning's video will provide much more detail about who will see snow, including probabilities and expected snowfall amounts. Then as we move into Thursday, another storm system could develop in the southeast, bringing an additional risk of severe weather and possibly some snowfall along the East Coast. Beyond that, things become even more uncertain heading into next weekend. To summarize, I anticipate a major storm in the middle of next week with an elevated risk of severe weather, especially in Dixie Alley on Tuesday and Wednesday. There could also be a winter storm component, but exactly where the snow falls is still unclear. Be prepared for a significant weather event next week. There are still many details to iron out in the forecast, but we'll have much more clarity as we get closer. Tomorrow's video will provide a more specific outlook. Severe weather risks next week. There is a risk of severe weather almost every day next week during the work week. Monday afternoon and evening, a low-end severe weather threat in the southern plains. A cap temperature inversion will likely limit storm development, but if it's overcome, some severe weather could occur. Tuesday, a more concerning day with storms expected from the Mississippi River Valley into Texas. Wednesday, severe weather risk increases significantly in the Deep South, where a severe weather outbreak is possible. Thursday, the severe weather risk shifts into the southeast, continuing the multi-day severe threat. Overall, we could have 4 to 5 consecutive days of severe weather next week. While the risk level will vary each day, Tuesday and Wednesday appear to be the most significant at this point. If you're in the affected areas, be sure to stay weather aware next week. Major tornado and wind threat Wednesday. A very strong low-level jet is forecast over the Deep South on Wednesday. If the GFS model is correct, this would increase the tornado and damaging wind risk significantly. I believe Wednesday is shaping up to be the most dangerous day of next week for severe weather. The probability of a live stream is high, so stay tuned for updates. Winter storm outlook. Meanwhile, in the upper Midwest, a winter storm could bring several inches of snow by Friday. Most snowfall is expected in Michigan's Upper Peninsula and southern Canada, where 3 to 6 inches are likely. Some isolated areas in far northern Michigan could see 8 to 10 inches of snow. Big temperature shift. Coming temperatures will fluctuate significantly over the next couple of weeks, and current conditions above average temperatures dominate much of the country. Friday, a cold front will bring chilly air into the northeast. Weekend, a stronger Arctic blast will spread across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. Winter jackets will be necessary. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, March 6th to 12th. The March 6th to 12th temperature outlook continues to show colder anomalies in the West, a pattern associated with a negative Pacific North American PNA index. This setup forces warmth into the central states, while the east is forecast to be near normal, meaning it could swing either way. However, given the cold air in the west, I wouldn't be surprised if some of that warmth shifts into the east during this period as well. West Coast, far above normal precipitation is expected with multiple low pressure systems moving onshore. Some of these systems will even dip into the southwest, central and north central U.S., slightly below normal precipitation expected. Eastern seaboard, slightly above normal precipitation forecasted. Reviewing the last 20 days, February 6th to 26th, over the past few weeks, we've seen colder temperatures across much of the central and eastern U.S., as well as parts of the Northwest. The key feature has been a south-based positive PNA, leading to warmer than normal conditions across much of North America. However, this warmth did not extend into Canada or the northwestern U.S., making it behave more like a neutral PNA. As a result, cold air frequently pushed into the central U.S. and Midwest, sometimes spilling into the east throughout February. Stay safe, everyone. I'll be back with another update tomorrow. We could see another major snowstorm in early March, so stay tuned.